So much you learn. Okay, we are live. Oh, welcome, welcome. Wow, we already have a lot of people introducing themselves in the comments. Amazing. Welcome, Miss Onyebuchi, Colette. I see Rosemary. I see Lois, Robert. I see Balkisu, Gutus. Welcome. Wow. That name sounds familiar. Balkisu Gutus. I hope it's who I think it is. It's so good to have you here. Miss Rosemary, I see you. Welcome. If you know someone who is supposed to be here, please share the link. Just quickly go and tell them to come here, to come online. Let them come and join the live stream immediately. Okay. Miss Rosemary, well done. As you come in, please introduce yourself. If you're live with us and you've not introduced yourself, please do that in the comments. And for those of us who have, just go back to the group. Let everyone know that we are live. They should come on board so that we keep to time. Remember, as educators, we always say sharing is caring. So share with others. Miss Blessing Okona, welcome. I see you. Tell others, go tell others to come online. There's no African. Some people want to do African time. Let's go and let them come in now so that we start and we keep to time. We don't want to spend more than the 1 hour we initially planned. Good evening. Yeah, Miss Miracle, welcome. If you know someone who is supposed to be here this evening and they are not here, go and get them, go and call them. How many of us are ready and excited for this session? I'm pumped, I'm ready to share, ready to listen, answer your questions, and I'm even more excited for our guest speaker today. Mr. Morayo, if I'm not mistaken, Morayo Abbas, you're welcome. Miss Goodness Neka, you're welcome. Who else? Who do you think is supposed to be here that's not here? Go get them. Share the link. Amazing. Miss Miracle says she's ready to learn. That's great. Great. Okay. So the session this evening a taster, is a taster session, a pre-conference training. For those of us who joined most recently, there are some people, not all of us must have probably seen the flyer for our conference that's coming up on the 30th of November. So this is like a taster to that conference session. It's a session that is packed with amazing, phenomenal, transformational leaders in the education space. Leaders that are doing so well in various niches, they are ready to come and impact us and prepare us for the coming year, the year 2025. They are to help us plan so that we don't repeat the patterns that we repeated that we carried out in 2024. We don't carry it into 2025. So this is just like a taster of what you're going to be getting in that conference. And with us, Coach Chijoke, our guest speaker, is one of the speakers at that conference. So if you have questions, this is that session. This session is for you to get all the clarity that you need and prepare you, for that conference session. So without wasting much time, let's see. Okay, Miss Mercy George is here. She says she's ready to learn. Great. Who else is ready to learn? If you're ready to learn, let's see that in the comments. Who is ready to learn? If you're ready to learn, let's see. Let's see how many people are excited and ready to learn. A phenomenal leader. He is a whole lot of things. He wears so many caps, and like he always says, he wears them so well. He is a life coach, a trainer. In fact, he's a teacher. I like to call him a teacher because he teaches, and he doesn't just teach. He teaches in various fields, not in the classroom. There's literally no aspect of life that he cannot speak on. He's a speaker, he's a teacher, he's a physiotherapist, he's a consultant, he's a coach, he's everything you can think of. And I don't know if you know this quote. There's this popular quote that says jack of all trades, master of none. But so many people do not know that that quote is actually has been cut short over the years. The full quote is jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than the master of one. So that's who Coach Chijoke is. So I want us to specially welcome. See, let's see all your fire emojis in the send in your fire emojis in the comment section. Let's specially welcome Coach Chijoke. Coach Chijoke, we are ready for you. Can we get to see your face, please? Let's welcome, please. Let's give Coach Chijoke a
Okay.
grand welcome. Let's see our fire
Okay.
emojis.
Ah. Okay, can you see me? Can you see me? And can you hear me? Can you see and hear me? Um, okay, so I just want to confirm my sound and my Agatha. I'm going to take you out of the stage and then bring you back. I don't know why, but I can't seem to hear. I can't seem to hear from her again. I can't seem to hear. I think I lost her sound, or maybe it's the network or whatever. Okay, but I'm going to start if you can hear me. Once you can hear me, I'm good to go. Once you can hear me, I am good to go. So educators, teachers, school leaders, school owners. Okay, so yeah, I'll be waiting to get a confirmation. Once you can hear me, we're good. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. I'm seeing that, and that's amazing. That's super amazing. Fantastic. So, what I want us to do quickly, is share this link to as many teachers as possible, okay, as many educators as possible. I want more people to join in here, and this is why. The more we can create empowered educators, the more we can transform the nation, the more we can transform, the better we can and faster we can transform the world, right? I tell people this: teaching is the most amazing profession in the world. It's the most amazing, the most beautiful profession in the world, okay? And yet a lot of people do not know how beautiful this profession is and how much they are leaving on the table simply because they are not embracing what they have. Okay. So I'm going to get right onto it. But I don't know why Agatha is not here. I don't know why. Probably this network took her out. Okay, she's back. She is back. Okay. So um Agatha, um, we can't. You're backstage. I'm the only one who can see you. But I think I'll continue with the. Okay, let me bring you back up. Yes, can you hear me,
I
Agatha?
think yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I
Okay,
think you should be the host, and I don't know.
okay,
Is there a way that
that's fine.
you
That's
can do
fine.
that, right?
Sure. I've been doing it already. So okay, so let's go. Let's go. I don't know. The network seems to be, you know, um so Agatha, I can see you, but others cannot see you at this moment. So I'm going to just bring up my slide. Okay. Now, this is what we have, right? Forget the Nigerian educators here. I forgot that is global educators that I'm dealing with. Okay, so this is for global educators. And I'm going to start with this, right? I'm going to start with this. Why most teachers are poor. Why most teachers are poor. Sorry, let me bring back my slide. Okay, I don't know if you can see my slide. Okay, so give me a second. Don't mind all these tools. I want to be messing somebody up. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I want to put this on full screen. Good. So yes, why are most teachers poor? Why are most teachers poor? This is what we're going to solve the maths today. We're going to understand why today. Okay. And with this understanding, it's going to be easier for you to break out of the metrics. It's going to be easier for you to come out from that relationship with average, right? And by average, I don't mean only average performance. I mean average reward. You need to get to the point where you're actually being rewarded based on the level of effort that you are putting into the system. And let me explain this carefully, because some people just, they can take the information, and what they think I'm talking about is, oh, you deserve better salary. I mean, they should pay you better in your workplace. Oh, the problem is the HR. Oh, the problem is the school owner, whatever. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you understand something that you already have in your hands. You have something in your hands, and you can create a lot of wealth with what you already have as a teacher, as an educator. Okay. So now, why are teachers broke? Why are local teachers broke? You bring the average young person today and tell him, what do you want to, ask him what he wants to study in school. He says medicine, engineering, pharmacy, whatever. And then you ask, okay, why don't you want to be a teacher? It's like, God forbid. You know why they're saying God forbid? Their parents went through the same system. They met people who went through the same system. And at the end of the day, after all the work, all the energy, all the effort, right? And at the end of the day, they don't have money to provide for their family. They don't have money. Okay. Gifted, smart, intellectual, but no money, right? But you can flip this switch if you know why it is that way. So now, do you know that being a teacher does not mean automatically that you have to be poor or irrelevant? Because some people also think, I've talked to a lot of teachers, I've coached, I've mentored a lot of teachers, and I get to see that some of them have that limiting belief, like a challenge that they have. So you're trying to let them know some things. Okay, this is something that you can do. This is something you can, achieve. This is something you can work on. And they're like, no, 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 no. It doesn't work here. I'm a teacher. As if the teacher is meant to be like a badge of cannot, a badge that you're wearing that says you cannot. But that is not true. Okay? Being a teacher is not an excuse for the world not to know you. No. Or for you not to have money. No. Now, many teachers remain poor because of their mindset. Number one, mindset. Number two, habits. So it is, you are not, okay, let me not say you now, but Any teacher that you see that is poor is not poor because of their salary. Did you hear me? Did you hear that? Any teacher that you see that is broke or poor, that cannot afford their rent, cannot afford to feed, cannot afford transport, cannot, and always complaining about how the economy is bad, how everything is, the issue is this is an uncomfortable truth that you must come to actually accept before you can start doing anything meaningful. You must break out of the cycle of dependence and entitlement on systems and structures that you are expecting to reward you mentally first, then by your habits, by what you commit to daily, it is going to show. Okay, so a set of mindsets, a set of mind constructs, things that you believe about yourself, about your profession, and about life entirely, generally. Okay, so not their profession. People are not poor because they are teachers. Teachers are not poor because they are teachers. In fact, teaching is one of the reasons you should be one of the wealthiest people in the world. The fact that you can teach, you have the ability to convey knowledge to another person is one of the reasons why you should be amongst the richest people in the world. I will explain that to you. Stick with me. Now, the path to excellence starts with addressing these realities. So let's go. These are now, there's a way I structured this session. Of course, in the main conference that is coming up, I am going to take my time to break down a lot of things. I'll be talking about monetization. I'm going to be talking about systems of wealth creation for teachers. How you can start doing it now, not tomorrow, not next week. How you can start doing it now. I mean, something you can know right now that can actually change your financial life in the next 24 to 48 hours. Something you can know now and start to implement now. It's not Ponzi scheme. It's not get rich quick scheme. No. But I'm telling you that it begins with an awareness. And then there are skills, there are competencies that you can have that can literally shift your whole being, your whole life. You can explode just by knowing a few things that others do not know. And some of these things are not very common. So if you want to know what they are, come for the main conference. I'll show you. I'll expose those secrets. Those very, very deep secrets. I'll expose them for you. Okay. So now, number one thing, because I said I didn't want this session to be too long, so I made it straight to the point. No time to waste time. No time to explain plenty things. No time to speak grammar. We've all been speaking grammar for too long, right? Right now, we need to go straight to the point. Number one thing that you need to do if you want to become an exceptional teacher, not just exceptional in the classroom, beyond the four walls of the classroom. If you want to become more than just a teacher, there are some things that you need to know and do. Number one thing that you need to know and do is you need to destroy every limiting belief and every excuse that is keeping you where you are. Let me adjust this a bit. Okay? I said, hear me. You need to destroy every limiting belief and every excuse that is keeping you where you are. I'm not seeing feedback. Please, I would love to be seeing your feedback. Okay? I'd love to be seeing your feedback. I'd love to be seeing feedback. So anything that strikes you, just make a comment. I want to know that if I'm not seeing any feedback, I will assume that you can't hear me, and I would have to start scampering. I'll have to start trying to rearrange the stream and all that. But once you can hear me, I want you to be making comments frequently. Just be dropping comments so I can be seeing the comments. Okay. Occasionally, I'll just pause and check how it's going. Now, what are the common excuses that are keeping a lot of educators poor or broke or keeping them where they are? Number one excuse is there's no money to grow myself. I have found this to be one of the things that destroys a lot of teachers, a lot of educators. Why? Because you tend to calculate personal development in terms of what you are being paid. So your salary is 50,000. I know it can be that little, particularly in this side of the world. Strange thing, right? But Thank God for this conference. Thank God for this pre-conference. Some people's lives are going to be changing from here. Now, they pay you an amount, right? So now you want to buy a book. You are calculating that book in exponents of what you are being paid. Like you are trying to merge the price of the book and the price of the amount of your salary, right? But sometimes you need to calm down and actually understand that certain things are investments. Powerful investments have powerful returns on investment. So sometimes you actually need to make the sacrifice and commit to certain things for you to change your life. Okay. Now, there are people who are actually doing it. This should be what will encourage you. You know, I, as much as I'm an educator, I teach, I train, I coach, I mentor, I train schools, I train school leaders, I train teachers and all that. I'm also a physiotherapist by training, but I went to school to study physiotherapy. Along the line, I discovered my passion in education. And I couldn't help. I put my head into anything that I knew could help me, develop that passion, become more proficient as a teacher, right? And yes, I still graduated as a physiotherapist, but yes, I still train teachers. I still do a lot with schools. Now, one of the things that helped me is because, when I was growing up, when I was coming up in my profession, as a student, at a point, I was tired. I wasn't seeing a lot of very wealthy people who had gone that path, right? So one of the things that helped me was finding a few people at an early stage, finding a few people who had done it despite all the challenges that the system was bringing, despite the challenges of living in Nigeria, of working in Nigeria, of doing this or doing that. They were able to do it and thrive. That convinced me, if this person, even if it's only one person that could do it and succeed, me, I would want to know what they did to succeed, and I want to do that same thing. Okay, so as long as there's somebody who is doing it, right? You see people like Teacher Chike, you see people like Bumi and Ani, you see these people, they are trending, they are traveling from one part of the world to another, they are calling them for conferences and all that. What makes them different? You should try to find out what makes them different. What makes them different? It can be you. Think about it. They can call you to come to a big program in Abuja Educators Conference, Lagos Educators Conference, whatever, and then you come and teach and share your knowledge, and then they pay you a lot of money for it. It can't be you. I want you to start telling yourself that it can be me. It can be, the opportunities can come to me. The wealth, the money can come to me. Okay, now, one thing that you should be doing right now is to shift from scarcity to abundance, scarcity to abundance, scarcity to ability, right? From I can't to I can. So they ask you, oh, okay, what do you think about yourself? Some people don't even know how to introduce themselves because they see themselves to be very little. Okay, I can't make money, I can't have money, I can't. We have destroyed ourselves with a lot of negative thinking and negative confessions. So you need to start rewiring your mind to experience a new possibility or to attract a new possibility. Whatever you tell your brain believes it. Whatever you consistently indulge in, thoughts that you consistently indulge in about yourself, your brain tends to bind it. Bind it. I love neurology. There are some interesting things I discovered about the human brain. If you keep saying, I'm lazy, I'm lazy, I'm lazy, I'm just lazy, your brain takes that information and relaxes. And there's something called psychosomatic affectation or psychosomatic connection or somatopsychic connection. Your mind, psycho or psychic, your mind is connected to your body, somatic. They consistently, constantly, consciously, and subconsciously send the information to themselves. So the moment you keep telling yourself, oh, I'm a poor person because I'm a teacher, you have attached the two identities, poverty and teaching. You have attached the two, and as long as you remain a teacher, your brain keeps telling you that you have to be poor. Oh, after all, what are they paying teachers? I beg go, me self, I dey try. At least I'm surviving. At least I'm better than some people. Teachers. That's why there are some groups that I belong to, teachers groups. And the moment I make a comment about certain things, you find out a lot of teachers are just angry. Can you see me, Agatha? Can you see me and can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
sure.
good,
I can
good.
see and hear you.
Wonderful. It's better that you are even here. It's better so that you can be giving me live feedback.
I've been
Okay.
listening. I've been
Oh,
listening. I've
good,
been behind.
good, amazing. So once there's any comment on the group with regards to what I'm saying, because I would love to be seeing comments. You can just tap on the comments and it will show on screen and I'll read it.
Okay,
Once you tap on
no
it the second
problem.
time, it will
All
disappear.
right, no
So
problem.
like I was saying, where did I stop? Ah,
That's fine.
where did I stop? What was the last thing I said?
I
Okay.
I took you out of your train of thought.
Eh, no wahala. I'll find myself. I'll find myself in that train again. So so like I was saying, you go to some groups and then you try to let educators know that they can create more wealth, and you say something like, okay, um being a teacher is not an excuse for being poor. It's not an excuse to be poor, right? Or being a teacher is not an excuse to remain average. Or your salary does not define you. You can earn more. Come and see attack. That's how they will attack me. That's how they will rush me. I'm like, at a point, I had to go back to my post again, start reading to see, did I say, is there like thunder fire anybody in this thing I said that warrant insults? Like, just because I said you can be more than your salary, people will now, people came to
Mm-hmm.
me to the comments and they're like, see them, wicked school owners. That's how they do. That's how can we not be poor if our salary is this? I kept on explaining to them, I am not a school owner. I am not a school. I don't have anything to do with your salary. Okay. But then that's to show you the amount of indoctrination that people have done to themselves. Okay. Indoctrination of poverty and scarcity. To a huge extent, I will even blame society for pushing that narrative. To a huge extent, you know, okay, so now I don't know if you can still hear me. So if you can still hear me, please. Um, okay, the group I belong to, I think that should be the one. That should be the one. Okay. So good, good. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me so that we can move on? So one thing that would help you is refusing to allow those narratives hold you down, refusing to allow those narratives to keep you in a small cage, refusing to be defined by whatever it is you are being paid right now. That's one of the things that will help you. Now, let's go to the next slide. Now, use every free time to work on yourself. Jim Rohn would say, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Did that
Mm-hmm.
hit hard? One of the reasons a
Mm-hmm.
lot of teachers are poor, they work harder on the job that they do than they do on themselves. And that is why immediately they let you go, you are done. Trouble in Katanga. You don't know where to go. Helpless, speechless, hopeless. It should not be like that. By the virtue of the skills you have acquired, by the virtue of the skills you have acquired, by the virtue of the skills you have acquired, Hmm. So network took me out now, but I'm back online. So can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Did it take you out too, or was it only me?
No, no, no. I was here.
My
I've
village
been here.
people.
Yeah.
My village people cannot succeed.
They won't.
Etel is my village people. Okay. So what's happening? What's happening? This the slide is moving on its own.
Why is that?
I don't know. Ha.
Wow.
Okay. So Abba.
I should close it and maybe
let me
bring it
let
back
me let
on.
me let me close it. Let me close it. This slide is doing too much amiibo. Abba. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back and see. Slide don't expose me finish. Okay. So give me some time. Give me some time. I hope you are enjoying this. I hope we're enjoying this so far. I hope we are.
Yes.
I hope we are. Let me bring back the slide again. Slides and
Yes. Powerful. Work harder on your job than you work harder on yourself.
the slide no one connect. It's not serious. Okay, so don't worry. I'll fish it out. I'll fish it out. I've done that. Okay, amazing. I'm seeing comments. So
Okay, Coach
I'm
Chideke,
seeing comments.
can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Temitope Akonde says yes. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, I'll just continue. I know the network is bad, but we'll survive it. I know it's bad. We'll crush it. Yes, yes, yes. If you can hear me, just comment yes, so that we'll go ahead. Once you can hear me, comment yes, and then we'll fly.
Okay.
Good.
So our
Agatha
village
is back.
it's the same thing, village people everywhere. It's actually MTN here. I ditched Airtel because of the whole issue network
Okay,
thing for MTN, and now
okay.
MTN is the same. Okay. They
Interesting.
won't stop us.
Interesting. They can't try it. Okay, now, um where did I stop? Yes, I was talking about the issue of working harder on the job versus working harder on yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
prioritize yourself. Prioritize yourself. Use every opportunity you can get, every small opportunity. Now let me tell you this: a lot of times teachers complain. That's one of the limiting beliefs that we have as educators. I'm saying we now, even though I'm not in the classroom, but just so that we can have that sense of belonging. I understand. Let me give you a brief background. My mom was a teacher for most of her life. I know what it feels like to be a teacher who is going the extra mile for students, for pupils, doing all the extra work, carrying cardboard sheets to school that did not beg you to carry. You carry cup, you carry beans, you carry flour, you are just doing so many things to ensure that these young people learn. That is absolutely fantastic work that you are doing. But unfortunately, sadly, terribly, the reward that is coming back to you is not as expected. It's not tallying with the work that you are putting into the system. That is understandable. And then secondly, the time that you are investing is a lot, and I understand that perfectly well, that you may not have all the time to invest in personal development. I coach teachers, and one of the excuses most of them have, almost every time I'm in the classroom, almost every time I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I have things to do, I have lesson note to write, lesson plan to do, this one to do, this one. See, as you are doing lesson plan, also plan your life. Please plan your life into your day, into your week, into your month, into your year. Plan your own life, because when that job is taken from you, it's you and you alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's you and you alone. And if you are still building yourself to be at the mercy of any human being, any system, anything at all, you are really living a very pitiable life. Because when the chips are down, it's going to hit very hard. And when it hits below the belt, it can hit really hard. My mom was a teacher. My dad is a retired lecturer. you know And oftentimes he would drag me when I was still young. He would drag me and we'll go to his school together. He'll be teaching, I'll be in the classroom, you know. And it was very amazing. I mean, I love watching my dad teach. I love watching him lecture, right?
Yeah.
So I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like. The passion that you bring into work, the energy and all that. And at the end of the day, they pay you peanuts. And this is one of the reasons you have to look beyond what you are being paid and plan your own life. Okay, and this is not just for because it's easy to look at. It's easy to actually. I'm digressing a bit. It's easy to look at your reward. It's easy to look at your salary and say that your employer is wicked. Well, ask yourself, how much monetary value are you bringing to their organization? See, they need to pay overhead. It is not easy. It's not easy. This is my slide that is flying. I think I'll just take off my headphones. Can you hear me very well? If you can hear me very well, then um I'm good to go. Good.
Yeah. I
Okay, I
think
think maybe it's my
yes,
headphone
yes.
yes, it's
We
my
can hear you
probably my
loud and
headphone
clear.
that
Yeah.
good, good. So like I was saying, your school owner needs to pay overhead. They need to pay for different things. They need to buy fuel. They need to buy this. They need to put this in place. So, how much monetary value are you bringing to the organization that would enable you to actually demand more? But let's leave that one for now. Let's focus on you for this particular session. This talk we're having here. Let's focus on you. Let's focus on your finances. Let's focus on your life. Now, I've talked about yes, I've talked about number two, and prioritize your personal growth over distractions. Okay, you have break time, small break time. You have small, uh, 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 small breaks from your work that you can take out to read that book. I don't know why this thing keeps moving, but no while if it goes ahead, I'll bring it back again. You know, those small hours of periods that you can just sneak out of your work. You can use it to develop yourself. Grab that book as you are in the classroom while the children are resting or doing something, outside of you being in the front and teaching and writing and all the shouting. Carry that book and be reading. You are reading it and you are seeing yourself in the next 3 years, in the next 4 years, in the next 10 years. You know what you want to
Mm.
build. I can tell you this because I practice what I preach. I'm a
Uh-huh.
physiotherapist. If you know what it means, what it looks like being a physio, it is work. And this one is not just it's not just sitting down to prescribe anything. You will work, you will touch patients, you would move, teach them this, teach them that, prescribe exercise, supervise the exercise and all that. But away from that, any little time I get outside of that, any little break I have, you see me with the book that I have in my hand for the day. I'm taking courses. Sometimes I'm creating content. So I am not going to ever make excuses for refusing to grow. I'm not going to make excuses for my growth. This is my life. The work is secondary. The job is secondary. This is my life. The job can be taken away. What am I building in myself that will continue even after that job is gone? Now, let's go to the next thing. Develop passion for what you do. Develop passion for what you do. Passion transforms mundane tasks into fulfilling work. See, let me tell you one thing. If you actually enjoy what you do, if you are passionate about what you do, okay, let me put it this way. If you do not enjoy what you do, it is called work. It's called stress. If you don't enjoy what you do, if you're not passionate about what you do, it's called stress. But if you love what you do, it is called passion. So you see, there are some teachers who are being stressed by going to work every day. But for some teachers, they are actually living out their passion. There are some teachers who are being stressed by going to work. Some teachers are having fun by going to work. Okay? So develop passion for what you do. Identify what you love about teaching and excel in it. Gain, build motivation, gather motivation from the success of your students. That's one of the things that can help you to transform yourself as an educator. Let me tell you one thing. If you are not enjoying what you are doing. It's going to be hard for you to grow. It's going to be hard for you to develop yourself because you will always be grumbling. Oh, this teaching thing, I don't understand. I'm just tired. But when you love what you are doing and you see a bigger purpose in that thing you are doing, even if the reward financially is not so much, if it is not so tangible, right? You can still stay there. Why? You are learning on the job. You are developing yourself on the job. As long as you are not being abused, as long as you are not in a toxic environment, okay, because that one is a totally different ball game altogether. But if you know that this is one of the reasons I'm here to fulfill purpose, I'm here because I enjoy what I am doing, so those things become like profit to you, even though your salary may not be salarying. Amen, somebody. Even though your salary may not be, it may not be matching up with the economy like that, but because you know that you are doing this and you are enjoying it, you are doing it and you are getting the right information. Let me tell you one thing. One of the reasons you should work for another person, or you should work for an organization, you should work for a school, is because in the near future you are going to build your own structure. You need to learn how to manage it. You are learning the ropes. So even if you are going to work for somebody, if you do not understand that, if that's not your mindset, you are still pretty much preparing yourself to be a slave for too long. You too, self, you suppose build something that will empower many people. You suppose build something that would employ many people. This you complain, oh, they're not rewarding teachers. Teachers are not well rewarded. You can build something. It doesn't even have to be a fiscal structure, but you can build something that would empower thousands of teachers. While I was growing up, when I was still in school, I was thinking, oh, so if I come out now, no job. If I come out now, that's how I attended one event one time. And this guy, a young guy, he was training us and he said something that the vision of his organization, the company he was building, his startup he was building, was to employ mm, with millions, yes, millions of Africans and make them, what did he call it? Gainfully employed. Millions of Africans. When he said that, it hit me like a wave. Vroom. I was like, okay. From that day, to be honest with you, from that day till today, I never complained about unemployment. I was never afraid of being unemployed, or I was never afraid I was going to be unemployed, because something hits me. I said, I'm there complaining about getting it. I mean, the likelihood of getting a job upon graduation, somebody else somewhere is thinking about how to create systems that would make other people gainfully employed. And he did not say one person, not two people, not three people, not 10, not
Mhm.
20, millions of Africans. I asked myself, what am I doing with my life? Okay, so one of the reasons you have to work for other people is so that you can learn the ropes, use that opportunity well, connect with the top leaders in your industry, in your school, in whatever. Ask the right questions. Okay, use every opportunity for your growth. See, every system is selfish. Understand this. Every system is selfish. Every human being is selfish. Whatever you are doing, selfishness is not entirely a bad thing. It's not entirely a bad thing. The system is using you. Use the system. You come to school, sometimes you even realize that, oh, the school you are teaching, at least they have AC. Even if they're not paying you well, they have AC. They have a place you can cool your head. You can just sit down, relax small, and read that book. In your house, the atmosphere, the weather is too hot. You cannot read it like that. So when you get to school, use the opportunity and read as much as you can, right? So
It's nice.
you are not paying. You are not paying. Okay, are you touching the screen? Are you tapping the screen?
Myself. Yeah, I just did
Yes.
now.
Okay, I
Okay.
think that's why. I think that's probably
I
why.
okay, I thought, oh, are you serious?
Yes, so when you touch the slide,
Oh,
it moves. When you touch the slide, it moves. So that's why.
oh,
So you can try touch under, like down, 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 down.
okay. Sorry
Eh,
about that.
so you are
Okay.
my village people, Agatha. You are my village people.
Oh, initially I thought I was, but I when it continued, I felt that it wasn't me. So Sorry about that.
No problems at all. I'm just kidding. No problems. So okay, Mary Eneka, an elementary teacher and child counselor. I help learners to master concepts, build confidence, and apply it. I also guide learners to find their path and attain balance. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Eneka registered for my mentoring program, and she is one of those who I can tell you for a fact she's doing absolutely well. I saw her video on Facebook recently, and the last video she did, over 500 people had viewed it. You know, the first one she did, over 700 people, and I just went to her DM to scream, do videos, do more videos, because you know she's already doing a lot and it's getting noticed. And I encourage every educator to do videos, start sharing your knowledge. I'll get to that part. Don't worry, I'll get to that part. So
Okay. You're
utilize your school environment to do growth work, to do deep work, to study, to learn. Use the opportunity that you have as a teacher. They say, oh, they are registering. They want to do educators conference in Abuja. We are sending 10 teachers. How many teachers want to go? Some people will shy away from such opportunities. They will run. Some people will use that opportunity that you can get from that system. Connect with as many people as you can, not just so that you can get a new job, not just so you can job hunt, but because opportunities exist in people. The way I know Agatha now and we are doing this, if I have any recommendation that will, be of benefit to her, that will bring her more reward and stuff like that, why wouldn't I bring it her way? Okay, so now, hmm, good. Let's go to the next one. Think big, look beyond your salary. This is also one limiting belief that keeps a lot of teachers. Oh, my salary is 50K, so that's all. See, if if what you think about making money right now, if the only way you know to make money, or the only kind of money that is coming to your account, the only kind of credits that you are receiving now is either somebody is helping you, say, oh, you
okay.
ask for money. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Agatha? Or can anybody hear me, since it seems like Agatha's video is paused? Can anybody hear me? If you can hear me, then I'll move on. Let me see. Let me see. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, so how many people are here? How many people are here? How many people can see me? How many people can hear me? Okay, Odunuga says yes. Yes. Good, good. So Agatha, I think I'll remove you and bring you back again. Add back to stage. Let's see if it gets better. So yes, like I was saying, creation of system that makes others gainfully employed. Amazing. Okay, somebody's following. Good. Now, um excellence isn't a gift, it's a decision. It's one thing that I would love to leave with you tonight. Okay, it's one thing I would love to leave with you tonight. Now, what am I even saying? How did we who so eventually it seems it's not even Agatha, it's not Agatha that is moving this slide. Whoever is moving this slide for me, I know it's my village people. Ethel, I'll blame Ethel. Yes, I'll blame Ethel. So look beyond your salary. Start thinking of other ways that you can create wealth as an educator. Look beyond your salary. Explore multiple income streams like tutoring, content creation, consulting. There are many ways. You see this particular one right now. You see this one, this particular slide, this not fourth slide, how to create wealth beyond your salary. I have worked with a lot of educators in the past. I have helped them create systems that are monetized. I have helped them either write books, create courses, start their mentoring programs, their coaching programs, or increase the price of what they charge for certain services that they render. I have helped them do that. And this is part of what I'm going to do in the main conference. Why I'm saying this is this. If you have not registered for that main conference, go and register. If you have not registered for the main conference, go and register. After this session, rush to Madam Agatha. Madam Agatha, please, I want to register. How much is it? Let me pay. How much is it, Seth? How much is it? I'm sure it's not up to 10,000. I'm sure it's not up to
Maybe
10,000.
we made it affordable, especially for those who are already complaining that they don't have the money. You know, those people for excuses. Let the excuses end. You don't have excuses this time around.
Hmm.
We made it very much affordable for you to start. So it's just 5,000 naira. Very
Okay.
affordable.
You see, you see, try and order a box of pizza, one box of pizza.
Exactly. You can't even,
If
you're
you
even pizza. Let's talk. Honestly, you can't get a box of pizza for that amount. How?
not at all, not at all. So it's very important. It's very important. I'm going to break down how you can actually start earning from these different streams. What you can start doing today. Today, see, sometimes the difference between being wealthy and being poor is just a tiny gap of knowledge. A tiny gap. It may not be too much. A tiny gap. There's something that you can know now that from tomorrow, when you step out, you start attracting the right opportunities. Okay, from tomorrow you know what to do. From tomorrow somebody comes to ask you, let me give you one typical example. A lot of teachers, people come to you and they ask you questions, they keep picking your brain on certain things. You don't know that that is an opportunity for you to actually monetize what they pick your brain on. You don't know, so you pass
That's
over that opportunity
exactly.
repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
You do
Mm-hmm.
home lesson, home tutorial, whatever. You've trained.
Mm-hmm.
So a small boy who was struggling with mathematics became the best in mathematics at the end of the term. And after that, you did not know that this is a pointer for you to know how good you actually are in this thing, to formalize what you are doing, to call yourself a worthy brand. You've led people to competition, math competition, chemistry competition, they've done all that. And at the end of the day, somebody is asking you, how much do you take for home lesson? And you are still charging 50,000 naira. You're coming 3 times a week. Come on now. Come on now. At the end of the day, the 50,000 naira you are charging, it finishes on transport fare. So who you want to impress? Who do you want to impress? Who do you want to, what do you want to do actually? So some of the things that you need to know is knowledge gap. When you don't even know that you deserve more, you keep undercharging yourself. And unfortunately and fortunately, we live in a world that rewards you based on what you think you deserve. So let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. And this part, I'll teach. Come to the main conference. If you want to see the best of me, come to the main conference. Okay. Number 5, be discoverable. Build a professional brand. Go to LinkedIn, set up a profile on LinkedIn, set up a profile on Facebook. Do your stuff. Could be YouTube. See the way we are hosting this on YouTube now. This is part of branding, right? And it's going to be there. It's going to be discoverable. Tomorrow, somebody's going to YouTube to search teach educators, blah blah blah, and this video will pop out. They will watch it, they will get value. They may even come to inquire more and pay money, whatever the case may be. Right? Share your expertise. Share your expertise. Get online. Share your expertise. Let people know what you do. Let them know what you are good at. Sometimes, especially if your school policy is not against it, against making videos where the students appear, there's schools that have such policies. You can make, if you listen to or follow teacher Chike and the rest of them who are into social impact and education, right? You can see the work that they are doing. You can see it, you can touch it, you can see how they are solving. There's this guy, Sean Money. Ah, uh, is it Sean Money or something? I used to see him on LinkedIn. He makes use of a, he makes use of crutches. I think on two sides he makes use of crutches. He's living with, and he had an injury also. I can't remember, but he doesn't really walk so well. So he makes use of crutches and he teaches mathematics. So every time he's sharing his experience, he's putting himself, how he teaches mathematics in a funny way, and he actually trends on LinkedIn. Share your work, share your experience. Abacus instructor, share it. Let's see that part of you. Let's see it. Let's touch it. Let's feel it. Some teachers, they talk so much in class, they do so much, they have achieved so much, they've gone for so many competitions, but type their name on Google, nowhere to be found. Go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, who is Chijioke Otiba, who is Agatha Adamu, who is, you shall see something. You most likely see something. Even if it's small, you will see, but most likely you will see something. Some people, Let's leave ChatGPT. Go to Facebook and type their name. The only thing you'll be seeing is Global Crusade with Pastor Kumuyi, Healing Streams with Pastor Chris. David Oyedepo is live in Abuja. You know, Shiloh is holding. That's the only thing you'll be seeing. As good as it may seem or sound, all those posts would in no way bring money to your bank account. No way. It's not true. It will not be sharing this person's life. This person, yeah. I'm not saying you should not share, but just as the way you are advertising all that, all oh, your church, your mosque, whatever event that's holding, advertise your brand. Talk about what you do. Even if you're not selling anything, you are selling yourself by the kind of content that you put in front of people. If no one knows you, no one can pay you. That's a fact. So even if you want to transition in the next 3 years, you want to become a coach in the next 3 years, in the next 2 years, in the next year, in fact, I advise you to become it now. You can start now, today, to create the awareness. You want to own a school, you want to build a school in the next 3, 4, 5 years, you can start now to create that awareness by the kind of content that you put out on social media. Create articles, write tips, 7 tips, how to get your child to do this, how to get your child, you can even dabble into parenting, because you know a lot of this about these young children that even their parents do not know. So you start creating content, how to get your child to like mathematics, how to get this, how to do this, why people do not understand children, why children do like this. When a child throws tantrums, what do you do? How to do, gentle parenting the right way to discipline your children without using, force or something like that. How to communicate with you. Some of those things, when you start putting them out, you find out a lot of parents start getting attracted to you. Now, what happens is when they have a need that may require an educator to solve, the first educator that comes to their mind is who? You. Because you have been helping them to solve a lot of problems. Value is a hook, is a fishing hook. There's the kind of value I'll give you. It will come and hold you here. You cannot go anywhere. You can't go. You'll be looking for more. I remember when I started coaching and I was offering people clarity sessions. So sometimes I'll just have someone in my clarity call. And after the clarity call, I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm glad, thank you very much, for joining, and we're done. I hope you got value. And they're like, yes, thank you so much. I mean, this has helped me back for 10 years. I've been thinking of how to launch, but finally I figured it out just in one call. And I'm like, oh, that's good. We thank God. Wonderful. Congrats. They are now the ones to come and, are you not going to introduce something to me? Are you not offering me coaching? Is there no group I can join? No accountability program? Is there nothing else from this? Is there nothing I can pay for? And I say, oh, okay, somebody wants to pay for this. If somebody really wants to pay for, okay, I have a coaching program, but that was not my intention. I just wanted to help you because you said you were confused. That was not I didn't intend to charge you for anything. So I didn't want it to look like I had an ulterior motive. So, that's it. I believe you've gotten value. And they are like, no, I want to pay you to continue this relation. Even if you don't have anything, create something for me. I need hand holding. You see, because you have given value. The first premium coach that I got read a couple of my posts on Facebook and came to me and was like, I don't need further preaching. I don't need anybody to convince me. You are my coach. Where do I pay so that we'll start the coaching? I already know what I want. No need for long talks. Right? So that's how it started. Because of value creation. Start creating value. Number six. Number six. Number 6. Invest heavily in your mind. There's a seed of transformation in you. There's a dome of transformation. There's a house where transformation happens in your life. It's your mind. It's your mind. It's your mind. Invest heavily in transforming your mind, filling up your mind. Invest heavily in filling up the distance between your two ears. See, this casing,
Okay.
there's something inside. It's called your brain. Pay the price now so that you don't have to pay it tomorrow. See, I wish I was in my parlor. I would have shown you books that I bought recently. Sometimes I buy books and I buy them and I'm like, oh, CJ, you've not finished reading the ones you have and you're buying another one. And I'm like, yeah, even if I don't read it, my children will. Because I don't know if this book will still be in stock by the time I start having children. But this is a very powerful book and I would love my children to have it. I would love them to read it. That's the way I see it. Investment. Invest in your mind. Invest in filling up your brain. Knowledge. I don't joke with it. I don't joke with it. Pay for programs. Pay for online courses. Register. They say, oh, this program is 5,000 naira. Pay the price now so that you don't have to pay it in future. Because the truth of the matter is, even if you don't take action, right? If you don't take action towards your growth, if you don't want to pay for courses, you don't want to buy books, you don't want to enroll in programs, you don't want to attend workshops that are paid, you know, you can pretty much remain at the same level for too long. You remain there. 5 years gone, 6 years gone. You've been teaching for 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, and you are there. People who are younger than you in the career, they will come, they will do what they have to do. Boom, boom, boom. They've learned the right thing. They are the ones speaking at events. They are the ones shining. They are the ones doing social media advocacy. They are the ones reaching out to younger people. They are the ones building projects and starting up businesses and all that. Coaching program, consulting, tutoring, and all that. And at the end of the day, you feel bad because they are going to overtake you. They will come back many years later to come and train the school. Two of you graduated from the same school. Then you are teaching a primary school and the person has taught in that same primary school, quit the job, then come back to the same primary school to come and train the teachers there on how to use a software. the, the interesting thing is the same software, you may know how to use it, but because nobody knows you, nobody reaches out to you for it. Even if you go and say you want to do the training, they're not going to listen to you. But they will pay that same person that you graduated from the same school and the person come and deliver the training because you have refused to invest in yourself. It is in paying premium that you will receive premium. When you start paying for events, you start attracting people who can pay for events. You start connecting with quality minds. Sometimes the reason you should even register for conferences, register for programs, events, pay for this, pay for that, join paid communities is because you would meet people of a different kind of mindset. That's an investment. Even if they are just 10 people or 20 people, you are in a room where intentional teachers have gathered. It will change your life because the kind of opportunities that they will share in that room is not the regular kind of opportunity. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? So do what it takes. Invest in that. Invest in yourself. Investment in yourself yields maximum return on investment. And the good thing is that nobody can take it from you. It can't be revoked by the government. Today you hear, oh, Wike is breaking down houses in Abuja somewhere. People that bought land, their money. Some people spent 50 million to buy land. 50 million to buy land. That land, they have revoked it just 1 week ago. What are they going to do? Some people literally used all of their savings, collected money from their family members and their friends so that they can do joint whatever collection and then go and pay so that later on when it yields, they'll start sharing the money. And then all of a sudden, government comes and knocks it down. What are you going to say? Okay, you invest. What else do you want to invest in now? What else do you want to invest in that cannot be taken from you? But the investment that you make in yourself will live with you forever. Will live with you. You connect with the right people, it will open many doors for you. To open many doors for you. Opportunities, recommendations when you are in that circle. They say, oh, do you know any teacher in Abuja that is willing to speak at a conference? See, do you see it in free groups? I know you may be in many free groups, free educators groups and stuff like that. Do you see such opportunities? Oh, is there a teacher here willing to speak at a paid conference? Do you see it in a free group? No. But there are platforms, there are smaller circles where such things exist. And that is why you must pay the price to join such communities. When I came into Abuja, I joined Toastmasters. I joined, I went to Fordax. I went to different groups and all that. I paid premium to actually learn. It's not because I had all the money, no. But look at the way I thought about it. This training is, they say, is a 10K. Okay, regular ticket 5,000, premium ticket 10K, executive ticket 20K. Let me pay the 20 so that if they are going to sit by how you paid, I will sit around people who can afford to pay 20,000 for an event. And trust me, that's a life-changing event. That's a life-changing decision. Oh, this training, that training, let me pay. This training is how much? 25,000. Let me pay and register for that training. I may not have all the money at that time. As long as I'm not struggling, as long as I'm not struggling to eat, right? I have something that will be enough for me to take care of myself. Let me bring this money and put here because it is a worthy investment. One, in knowledge. Two, in the quality of your connection. And what do? When I go there, I intentionally, because I know how much I pay to be there, I intentionally decide that I am going to connect with as many people as possible. I connect with other teachers, other educators. This thing I am telling you has brought me premium opportunities. I've spoken at events. I've spoken at Agatha knows. I've spoken at conferences simply because of the way I approached somebody and said, "Oh, good afternoon, ma. I really love the way you spoke. You really did an amazing work, and I look forward to connecting with you. My name is Chijoke, and I'm a physiotherapist. I'm a life coach. I'm also into the education space and that and that and that and that. Okay. What did you hear from my The person is now asking me, what did you hear from my session that stood out for you? It's an opportunity for me to shine. And I start listing. Okay, this identity archetype, how this and that. And she said, oh, send me a message. This is my number. Send me a message. And I go ahead and send a message. And we connect. And that's how opportunity keeps coming because you are intentional about finding yourself in the right circles. Make the change in your life. It begins from the choice, the decision you are going to make today. Today. So whether you're going to register for the conference or you're not going to register for the conference, me, I will not force anybody. I will not force anybody. Is your decision. Your decision. If you have further questions, you can ask about the conference that is coming up. If you have further questions, you can ask. But one of the most important things that you can do for yourself right now, as you're still watching this, is to go and send a message to Agatha. Send a message on the group or in the group. Request, oh, how can I pay? How can I register? Right now, don't allow tomorrow to reach before you start making that demand. Go to the group now. Okay, if I say now, if you close this place, it may disrupt your this, but immediately the session ends. Rush. If you can minimize. Ask how you can join, how you can be onboarded to that conference room. You need to be there. And there's even a way to be for me. The conference will start before the conference. Agatha, you understand now? There's a way to be for me. We'll start doing something before the main event. Okay, just to prep those who have registered. Do not take this opportunity for granted. Don't take it for granted. To have these kind of people in one room, sharing one room with them, getting ideas from them, people who have gone ahead, who have done amazing things. They've built their brands. They've made a lot of money. They've made a lot of impact from being being educators, being teachers. I am a teacher, and that is how I am making millions of naira. And I want to teach you how to do it. This is why you should attend that conference. First, it will help your mind. The moment you start seeing these people and what they have done, you will literally be mind blown. It's going to challenge you to also make the decision that will change your own life. It's going to challenge you to stick with the path that will take you where you want to be. So, if your students followed your blueprint, would they succeed? This is a question you should ask yourself. You don't have to answer it now, but ask yourself, if your students, your learners, your pupils, if they follow the exact footprint, blueprint, the exact step by step, what you are doing every day of your life, you know, come to work, use free time to stroll from Facebook to TikTok to YouTube to reels and short videos and comedy videos and all that, if they follow the same pattern of life that you are living, will they be successful? Okay, so I'm going to say this at this point. Write down, this is your call to action for this session. Write down one excuse to eliminate and one immediate action you are going to take from this session tonight. One immediate action you're going to take, one, and one excuse you are going to eliminate tonight. Okay? Write it down on your own book, on yourself, for yourself. Write it down and look at it. If you want to go further, you can write like 3 excuses. Three. Let's make it three. Three for triangle. Let's make it three. Write 3 excuses you want to eliminate from today. 3 limiting mindsets that are keeping you back. Write it down. Look at it and ask yourself, is this really true? Is this really worthy? Is it really true that teachers are poor? No, there are teachers that are wealthy. So this one has to go so that my mind can be liberated to pursue success. I don't have time. I look at it again. Is it really true that I don't have time? But I have time to be on Facebook. I have time to be arguing with people on Facebook. I have time to be watching Blessing CEO and the very dark black man. I have time for, okay, so this one is a lie. I just need to be more disciplined. I am lying to myself. Cancel. Which other one? Which other one? Hey, they don't pay teachers well. Oh yes, they don't pay teachers well, but I can do something that can help me earn a lot of money and I'll pay myself well. Cancel. That's not the reason why I have to be poor. It's here. It's here, family. It's here, family. Okay. So that is it. That is it. That is it. So thank you all for joining, and I yeah, I'll be waiting for your questions. I'll be waiting for your questions. I'll be waiting for your questions. I'll be waiting for your question. Could you recommend some books? Awesome. Could you recommend some books? I would recommend a lot of books. I'll recommend a lot of books in the conference. Okay? In the main conference, I'm going to recommend a lot of books. So my my my
Wow.
back my back
Well done,
hurts.
Miss.
So
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. For the person that asked for book recommendations, I'm going to recommend a few books. What I want to do is, I don't want to give you a hasty reply. There are actually a lot. I'll look through my library and then I'll correlate it with what you as an educator will need. But for the get go, get this book, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. There's also another book too. In fact, there's a lot. I think I'll make a compilation. I'll make a list. I'll make a list, and then just wait for me in that in the main conference. Just go there and wait for me. We'll enjoy ourselves. In fact, it's like I'll be giving an extra day self for the main conference so that we'll be able to tackle everything that I have in mind for educators. Trust me, a lot is coming. A lot is coming. I don't even want to say what I want to do. I'm going to say it later. I'll say it later, but a lot is coming in that conference. It's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. Okay. So read that book, T Have Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T Have Eker. And you can go through The Alchemist as well. As an educator, it's one of the books that you may want to take a look at. The Alchemist. So there are other ones I'd recommend for those who are going to register for the main conference. Okay. So yes, over to, okay, Agatha is not here. I would love to see your feedback for everybody who is here right now. One of the things that you can quickly do is to like the video, subscribe to Agatha's YouTube channel, because this is, she has been doing a lot. She has been doing a lot, and she will keep doing more. So You need to stay close, get notified about what she's working on, and then um finally, one thing that I would really, really appreciate is this. One thing I would appreciate is this. Come to the group chat and let everybody know how valuable this session was for you. Okay, I would love to know. In fact, me, I want to know. I would want to know. I would want to know how valuable this session was for you. Okay, so come to the group and share. Talk about it. Let us know. Let us know that you got value, so that other people will also see it. So that they will see that there was a lot of value that was shared tonight. Okay, so that's it. That's it. I would wait for Agatha. Just give her some time to come back on stage. Just recommend, even if it is two. I said Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, and and what did I call it again? The Alchemist. The Alchemist. Okay. Yeah, The Alchemist. So Secrets of a Millionaire Mind is is um is a book that will literally it will give you a shocker, right? I think about the last chapter of that book, even if you don't read any other chapter, there's a summary part of it. There's a portion of it that is summarized, or you can be reading the end of every chapter so that you get the main concept even before you read the entire book. Okay. And then, okay, let me add one more. Let me add one more. Read this book, The Millionaire Fast Lane. The Millionaire Fast Lane. I'm even looking at it while I'm mentioning it now, by MJ DeMarco. I read that book and it gave me the shock of my life. Yeah, I pulled it out of my library now. So, um, The Millionaire Fast Lane, crack the code to wealth and live rich for a lifetime. That's the title. It's a number one bestseller on business, finance, and entrepreneurship, and it's written by MJ DeMarco. Okay, so probably I'll just compile these names, the names of the books, and then I'll find a way to send it across. Now, that book, it's fire. It's fire. And the truth of the matter, you see this Millionaire Fast Lane, right? As you are reading it, read it with handkerchief by your side, because you will cry a lot. You will cry a lot. It destroyed a lot of things that we know about wealth. Now, let me tell you this. Let me just give you a summary, right? It starts by you sitting down to calculate your life and ask yourself a question. Are you preparing yourself to be wealthy? One, do you really want to be wealthy, or do you want to be poor? Now, you have to also understand poverty. Poverty is needing and not being able to afford what you need. Okay? Not being able to afford basic needs. So, in fact, it's not just about basic needs, basic amenities. So, it means that if there's anything you need right now, not that you want to, you need a better car. It is need. It's not just want, you need electricity, you need a power bank, you need a better phone, you need something, but within your heart of hearts that it is not a shishi, you don't have to afford that thing. you know for some people, it's even marriage. It's time to get married but no money to do wedding. So if you know that this is a pressing need, not a want, it's a need, but you can't afford it. That's poverty right there, right? But it is not a bad thing to admit that this is the stage you are, so that you even know how to start helping yourself. So it is in degrees. It is in degrees. But the good thing is, when we think about poverty as what we don't have, we should also see wealth as what we already have. It is what you have within you. Now, the advantage or the importance of knowing is so that you can now take what you have and trade so that you can get what you do not have. The secret of wealth is in the mind. Understanding that you are already wealthy, you have a lot of things within you, you know people, who have value, that you can connect with other people and get rewarded for the connection. You know some things that you can package into a book or an online course and sell to make a lot of money. You have gathered the experiences that you can share as a story, and people will see, listen, and they are willing to invest in you. That's money coming to you. So there are many things, but the first thing you have to do is awareness of your state, your status, your how aware are you about the stage you are at right now? How aware are you that you actually need help? And then how ready are you to step out and begin to manifest your true potential and live out your dreams? Okay. So now that book, I don't know if it's Agatha that is trying to call me. So, like I was saying, that book broke things down, and you start asking yourself questions. So if you decide as a civil servant with what you are earning right now, right, if that's how you want to live your life all through, right, if you decide that that's how you're going to live, ask yourself, if you need, let's say, um GLK or one, okay, sorry, somebody called me, so I'll be rounding up very soon. My brother actually called me, so I had to end the call. So like what I was saying, if you need a GLK or a Lamborghini or whatever, and they say, oh, the price of this thing is like 150 million naira, at what point, when do you think you'll be able to raise that money? When do you think, okay, how long will you work as a teacher for you to make to have up to 50 million naira spare in your account? 50 million naira only. How long are you going to work with your current salary to have up to 50 million naira in your account? In those days, our parents could say, oh, they use this amount to buy a car, they use this amount to buy this, they bought a car, they bought a house, they bought a land. A lot of people now they can't even afford decent investment. They can't afford it, so they're just living paycheck to paycheck, which is actually not so good. So that's why I would recommend that book. It will explode your mind. It will really, really explode your mind. There's a lot more, but in the conference, that's where you'll see that more. Thank you all very much for joining us tonight. So I look forward to seeing your comments in the group chat. Have an amazing night rest. So over to Agatha to finalize this.
Okay. Oh, somebody is saying the group is closed. I think I missed the group part, but somebody is saying the group is closed. Temitope, Coach Chijoke, do you know why? What is it? The educators breaking boundary waiting room? Is that the group she's referring to that is being closed? Can you hear me? Um, I'm not sure if anyone can hear me. Coach Chijoke, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? If you
I
can hear
can
me,
hear you. I
please
can hear you.
indicate.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay.
I can hear you. Don't worry. I can hear you.
Okay. Can every other person also
So
hear me?
yeah, as long as I can hear you, they can. So
Okay.
what did I even
She was saying something
let
about
me check the group. Don't worry, I'll open if the group is closed.
okay. So thank you so much, Coach Chijoke. Just as expected, I was very sure, in fact, that you're going to outdo yourself, and you outdid yourself on this one. We said it's a taster session, but you're already giving us a master class. So thank you so much for the time. So please, educators, one thing I always say is let's stop with the excuses and complaints. Um, Generally, poor people, all they know how to do is actually complain. People with limited mindsets, that's what they do. They give excuses for everything. Ask every wealthy person, every successful person, you know today, especially those who created wealth from the scratch. Not they were not, they didn't wealth was not passed through to them by maybe family, or they did not get generational wealth. Those who actually broke boundaries in their lives, their industries. Trust me, they had to make sacrifices, they had to be diligent, they had to be resilient, they had to let go of all the excuses and develop discipline. And I realized that that's one thing educators lack, the discipline. We make wishes instead of setting goals and executing tasks. And it's something that we really need to put into consideration. Most times we come into settings like this and we are motivated. Oh, everyone is like, oh, that's a brilliant idea, that's a great insight. But trust me, we go back and we do nothing with it. And that's another thing that limits poor people and teachers by extension. So go back and try to, put the words to action. And there's more at the conference. Trust me, we're deliberate about the speakers at this conference. When we picked speakers from various niches, and we didn't just pick anybody. We pick people that are actually thriving, people that are doing well in their various niches, to come and speak to you and give you strategies that would help you do better, become better. In fact, make you prepare you for next year. A whole lot. There are so many people who planned for 2024, but they still got off balance with the whole economic situation. A whole lot happened this year. Imagine if you did not even plan at all. What would have happened? Even with plans, some people were thrown off balance. So make sure that you join this conference so that we plan better. There's a whole lot beyond just what the speakers are going to be talking to you about. There are a whole lot of packages. There are gifts, there are discounted resources, that there are books that I wasn't I did not plan on saying that. I didn't even want to give you the details of what you'll be getting. There are vouchers to be won, a shopping voucher to be won by um one of the speakers is going to be giving that. You have discounted coaching, and there's even a challenge that's coming up. But you can only have access to these free resources and incentives when you join the conference. There's a whole lot more. I'm not going to spill all of the beans here. So it's for those who are going to be at the conference. We're really intentional about it. And myself, I'm collaborating with the speakers. We are not going, there's a challenge that comes even after the conference. There's a follow-up. So we are not just coming for the conference and we're going to do all the talking and we'll let you go. For those who are really intentional, who want to take it a step further, we have a plan for you after the conference. But you cannot be in that plan if you've not gone through the conference. So make up your mind, be intentional. It's only when you're intentional, when you're ready to stop making wishes, you want to execute, you want to be deliberate. That's when these things begin to manifest for you. I keep telling people my story. I can see some people are here. I'm sure, for example, Miss Inform, you're here. You know how we started. I tell my story all the time. If I if you had asked me 5 years ago that I'll be here talking to you, I would say it's a lie. If I look at where I'm coming from, my background, I never thought I would own a company. I never thought I would own an agency. I never thought I'll be talking to people. I never knew that I could even influence people to become better. But that has become my passion. It's what drives me. And there's so many rewards. There are so many rewards that come with it, both financially, both in terms of opportunity. Where I currently work now is a product of the value of these things, the mindset that I developed. I have added value to myself over the years. Everywhere I go, I leave that footprint. And I've always known that I wanted to be more, even though I did not know how. But along the line, because I already had the mindset of wanting to be more, I know that I cannot just be that teacher. I want to be more. I want to be successful. That mindset is what drove me to where I am today. And in fact, the journey has just started. There are educators that are breaking boundaries in other places. We have educators. The Khan Academy, for example, the app Khan Academy that people use today was created by a teacher, a maths teacher. There are so many educators that are gifted. You have talent, you have skills, you're good with graphics, you're good with tech, you're good with teaching children, you're good with writing, you have writing skills. You are an encyclopedia of knowledge and you're letting it waste. In fact, these days you have people from various niches. You have influencers on Instagram, on YouTube, teaching people. You that has
Okay. So I guess just the network just threw my sister out. Okay. So I will just fill in for her. You that you have the training professionally as an educator, you are leaving a lot on the table. If other people can just get out there and they are teaching people, some of them are even teaching nonsense. You see some people coming online and they're teaching people how to do stuff. They're teaching children or teaching parents, giving advice. After all, somebody like Blessing CEO is a life coach. Come on now. Sometimes we should be seeing these things and we should be thinking about ourselves. If someone who doesn't have the professional training, the professional license, the right knowledge to do this, somebody comes out and then they dominate the entire space, what should hold me back? Nothing. Nothing should hold me back. Okay? Nothing should hold me back. So, um, Agatha is back.
I was just going to say, I don't even know where I stopped. I was just talking away. Yes, educators breaking boundaries. I don't know where I stopped, but I was just going to say I was even
You
going to
wanted to
send
say,
a
you wanted to say, I know where you stopped, even though I helped you to I helped you to continue.
okay.
But you stopped when you were
Okay.
saying that if people who do not, that was where you ended. Like you were talking
Okay,
about people
people
who
who are
are
not,
online
yes,
giving
people who
knowledge
are not,
and all that.
yes, people are teaching these days. You have influencers, you have digital marketers teaching online. You have consultants in other niches teaching. You are the person who carries the title teacher, while other people that are in other fields are teaching and making money out of what they do. While you who has the title, you're here not doing anything. You're only consuming, you're not creating. Please, you should need to have start thinking innovative, start having innovative ideas, think innovative, just be innovative in your field. What are your skills? What can you monetize? It could be that writing skill you have. Don't limit yourself. Have a plan. And in all of this, you might be able to identify this thing, but if you don't have a plan, have a career plan, have a vision, have goals for yourself. That is basically what all of this is. So in the conference, you're going to meet speakers from various niches that are doing very well. We are going to be talking about mental health and wellness. We're going to be talking about leadership for those of us who have leadership skills, or you want to harness your leadership skills. That will be covered. We have Kochijoke here to talk to us about mindset and streams of income for educators, the various streams that you can explore. We have somebody who will be talking about special needs. Like I told you, we are intentional. We want you to be grounded all around. We The speaker on special needs will be talking about how you can work with these children when you don't have a special needs assistant in your school. So there are other areas. We have someone who is covering tech. So for those who are tech inclined that you're interested, so there's a whole lot of the conference is well packaged for you. And after that, like I mentioned, there's a follow-up plan, so that you don't just come and you are motivated and 2 weeks later you've gone back to default setting. We don't want that. We want to truly break boundaries. We're deliberate and intentional about putting this conference together, but we want you to be committed. That's the reason why you have to pay for the conference, because we tend to take things for granted sometimes. So you have to show your commitment. The 5,000 naira you're paying is just a commitment fee. So you just show your commitment, sign up for this, and let's start breaking boundaries. So thank you so much again, Coach Chijoke. I said we have incentives, though, but it's only for those that are coming for the conference. Are we still there? Coach Chijoke, hope you can hear me. Hope I've not gone off again. Oh, mine. Okay. All right. I wish someone can just comment in the leave a comment in the okay. Okay, you can still hear me. All right. So I think we're going to take we're going to continue in the group. Every other message will be passed there. If you please, I hope we're already sending our feedback, the feedback from this session. Please let's wow, okay, a balance meal. Somebody said they're waiting for balance meal. Okay, I'll check that. I see that some comments are there already. Please let's this conference. It was really insightful, even though MTN decided to just play flip me like pancake. But yes, MTN decided to flip me like pancake. They were just throwing me out. I even switched to Airtel. Airtel said no way. So, but I thank you so much, Coach Chijoke. You've done justice to. In fact, you did more than a taster session. So I really appreciate you. Please let's appreciate Coach Chijoke for the time. Thank you so much, Coach Chijoke. So if we have any questions, you can also leave your questions in the group in case you have anything you want to be clear. Yes, it's a virtual conference. Somebody said it's whether it's a virtual. Yes, it's a virtual conference, but we also have plans to make it physical in the coming year. So we have plans for that, but for now it's a virtual conference. But trust me, we are putting it together in a way that you're going to. In fact, there's no way you will not get value. For those who have actually been in the ACES community, you know what our webinars are even like, not to even talk of our conferences. We dish out value. And where Coach Chijoke is involved, you know very well that it's a power packed section. So we are deliberate, we're intentional. And one of our values at ACES is excellence. And we have excellence, professionalism, empathy, diligence. So we stand by our values, we practice that. So trust me, you're getting nothing short of what you're hearing us speak. This is not an inspire to aspire to expire session to perspire. No, we are deliberate because we are trying to create change. We want people who would actually come out. We want to change that narrative. So be among those that you know will kick off, that would actually change that world from your own space. So thank you very much. We can go on. I can talk on and on and on and on, and we'll not go. But we've really spent we've really gone beyond our time, and we'll call it a night. Let's have a good night's rest. I hope we've planned for the week. Hope we've planned for the week. So thank you very much. Any other thing, Coach Jake, is there anything you want to say? Okay, if there's none, we'll end the session now. Coach Jake, I can't hear him. I don't know if you can hear me, or maybe he's on the call he
I
wanted
can
to
hear
pick.
you. I can hear you.
Okay, so okay. If there's nothing else, we'll call it a night. We'll take it up. We'll continue in the group. Yes, the details for signing up for the conference will be shared in the group. Every other information will be shared in the group. So I want to believe everyone here is in that group, right? If you're not in the group, I know that you can reach either Coach Chijoke or myself. So, or you can send a message to yeah, you should be able to reach one of us, because I think you all got to this place through either myself or Coach Chijoke. So reach out to us, but we'll leave messages in the group. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Ah,
Someone wants to register, has already reached out to me to send your contact.
oh, okay. All right. Okay, we'll
So that's
continue that
that's
on.
the only thing I have to say. You were asking if I have
Okay,
something
that's
to say.
amazing.
Finally.
Thumbs up
So
to
my
that person. That person is ready.
yeah, so
Yeah.
so my closing words are simple, very simple. And I'm going to say this. I mean, very powerful closing words. Very, very powerful. Should I say it? Should I say it?
Go ahead. Please shatter the table as usual. You know yourself.
Okay.
You break it.
So this time
No, it's not
around.
the table. It's the box this time.
This time around, there's no table to shatter. My closing words
Okay.
are simple. I mean, my closing word, my closing charge is simple. Register for this
Okay.
conference. Full stop.
Ah,
Register for this conference.
yes,
I know I'm
that is
saying it. I
super.
know why I'm saying it. Full stop.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much,
All right.
Agatha. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.